we've seen a drastic transition in the CEQ's role. The agency has become heavily politicized, transforming its role from overseeing NEPA compliance issues to waging war against domestic energy production. As the sole representative of the state of Wyoming, a state whose economy lives and dies on energy production and agriculture, I represent the voices of the millions of people who suffer economically at the hands of Washington bureaucrats who seek to expand their regulatory role through radical social agendas. We've seen you, Chairwoman Mallory, prioritize so-called environmental justice rather than focusing on environmental resilience as the agency supports policies that encouraged increased neglect rather than management. Ironically, we are seeing injustice directed towards vulnerable communities in the name of environmentalism. We're seeing vulnerable citizens struggle to pay their bills due to high energy costs, all while the current administration perpetuates leasing moratoriums on federal lands, stifles American energy production, and increases our dependence on imports. We're seeing federal agencies continue to release proposed rules that lock us out of our lands, hurting not only our energy producers, but our agricultural practices and creating greater uncertainty for the small family farm, while also furthering a housing shortage. The common theme of this administration's energy policy has been an attack on low-income communities, the very people you claim to be protecting. So my question is, do you believe that it is environmental justice to adopt and enforce policies that increase the cost of housing, food, and energy?
Thank you, Congressman, for that question. I believe that the work that we are doing is focused on a transition to a clean energy economy that will benefit all
So in other words, environmental justice has nothing to do with making sure that folks are able to access affordable housing, food, and energy. Is that what your testimony is?
Environmental justice has everything to do to make sure that all communities have the benefits of clean air, clean water, and safe environments.
Chairman Mallory, when you do adopt policies that increase the cost of food, housing, and energy, wouldn't you agree that such policies disproportionately impact low-income communities?
Congressman, I agree that low-income communities are disproportionately impacted by all of the problems in our society, which is why we're trying to focus on those communities.
Including policies that increase the cost of food, housing, and energy, correct?
Congressman, I think that all policies, we are working towards making sure that the costs are reduced. That is what the president's economic agenda.
But that isn't what you're doing. That isn't your agenda. Your agenda actually increases the cost of housing, food, and energy. We know that for a fact.
I think for a fact we know that the costs are coming down, that we are working towards that, and they are coming down.
So you're admitting the fact that they are increasing the cost of those, but
I'm not admitting anything, Congressman. No,
okay.
Not admitting anything. Thank you.
Because this administration has focused on environmental justice, whatever that means.
Happy Sunday, friends. Checks are going out today and throughout this month. Several states are distributing direct relief to their residents this summer. So, dear friends, you may be eligible for one of these payments if you previously received stimulus aid during the peak of the crisis. So please make sure that you watch until the end of this video for all of the latest news. Also, I will be announcing several winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, all you need to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, my friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Several states are sending out stimulus checks over the summer, with governments continuing to distribute money they originally allocated for certain programs. Lawmakers are aiming to help residents continue to recover financially from the crisis. Though these payments are not as widely offered as they were in the early stages of the crisis, Alaska's Permanent Fund has been paying out annual dividends to residents for more than 4 decades. Upcoming payments are expected to be distributed again this summer as the state pays residents from investment earnings on mineral royalties. Some of the checks were already distributed in June, and the remaining dividends will be sent out by the end of this month. In 2022, the amount was higher than in years past because there was a $662 energy relief check attached, and inflation had also skyrocketed. To be eligible, residents must prove that they lived in Alaska for the entire calendar year and that they intend to remain a resident at the time of application. The Internal Revenue Service said that the $662 portion of the payment will not be considered taxable since this is considered a relief payment. However, the rest of the $2,622 will be taxed. Montana's new stimulus package is also being rolled out this month. Earlier this year, Governor Greg Gianforte signed into law 3 state bills that provide tax rebates for eligible taxpayers. Beginning today, the state's Department of Revenue will issue rebates to over 530,000 qualifying taxpayers who filed a 2021 tax return by October 17, 2022. The payments are also known as the Individual Income Tax Rebate. It is a result of House Bill 192, which set aside $480 million from the state's budget surplus for these payments. The rebate amounts will depend on the amount of tax paid, but those eligible for the funds do not need to apply. Depending on how taxpayers filed their last income tax forms, the money will either be deposited directly into their bank accounts or mailed as a check. That all funds will be distributed by the end of the summer. Property owners in Montana will also be getting a property tax rebate. Taxpayers who apply for the rebate may receive up to $500, but will need to complete an application online or via mail between August 15, 2023 and October 1, 2023. Earlier this year, Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham and the legislature approved 2 types of rebates for its residents, one for taxpayers and one for individuals who are not required to file taxes. Taxpayers should have received their income tax rebates up to $500 for single filers and up to $1,000 for joint filers. Those who did not file a return should receive their payments sometime in July. In the state of Illinois, those who filed for either or both of the income tax rebate and property tax rebate had until October 2022 to do so. The Illinois Comptroller's Office has stated payments will be sent out until funds run out. Illinois residents who filed for the income tax rebate as a single person will receive a rebate check in the amount of $50. Individuals who applied for the property tax rebate may see a maximum of $300. It is equal to the property tax credit on their 2021 state tax form. Taxpayers in Massachusetts were also issued tax refunds starting in November 2022, but late filers have a deadline of September 2023 to qualify for this rebate. Individuals can estimate their refund based on their tax year 2021 income tax liability through a refund estimator on the Massachusetts government webpage. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Sunday. My dear friends, thank you so very, very much for being here and for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, I will be announcing winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway every Friday. Friends, please make sure that you enter the giveaways by clicking and liking several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, my friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful, safe, and blessed weekend.